Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 4 episode. I just looked it up and now I've completely forgotten what number it was. Episode 61. Okay, yeah, the ability to forget a number 30 seconds after looking at it. It's actually one of those strange things. Oops, we need to get some veg in there, don't we? That I often find quite amazing is well, not necessarily the humour, but my ability just to go and make a note of something and then just completely and utterly forget it within seconds of doing it. Okay, here's Chatty. So last episode we made this, and it's still a long way off finished, but what I want to do is I want to try and do something with this structure up here, above here, and make it look kind of pretty. We also need loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of iron. I've processed all the gold I got, so I've got... Oh, that is not a blaze, is it? That is the fact that I had that running earlier. So to that end, I have created or started making some blooms. We are going to need to process more, and I'm actually going to go and need to dig up this this charcoal. I don't think there's going to be any avoiding it. Now it occurs to me that one thing we should probably try to get hold of is a pick with fortune on it. I don't know how it will work in TFC with the ores, so there is this part of me goes, should we just cheat one in? Well, not into this game, but should I go into a single player world and create a iron pick with fortune and then just go and find some ores and see what happens? And because the other danger is what happens with silt touch. Because yeah, you don't really want to be silt touching these ores, and there's a danger obviously that we will get silt touch. I think there's a very good strong danger we get silt touch. However, I do need to make a couple of tools, a new axe and a new pick anyway. I think I need to just double check that I've not already made one, because I do have a habit of making things that I don't need. And the other thing we need to do is think about long-term, think about charcoal production, because this pit's all right. I have seen, and there have been comments to the effect that there are other like charcoal building rooms that you can do, and it's something that I've thought about doing, because for one, we used to have charcoal ovens. You know, charcoal didn't. Back in the olden days, we didn't sit there and dig a hole in ground and then cover it with dirt and throw a torch in. No, we had proper things for making charcoal. We had proper charcoal ovens. Aye, we did. Sorry, falling back to my Yorkshire roots there. So we've currently got 6 iron ingots. We've got 21, 22 if you include this oddity here, and then there's some rose gold, which I've got no use for right now, but will have going forward. And there's actually some double iron sheets there, which are of no use to me right now either. So we need to get this thing, this iron process. I also need to get another bloom going, and I need to think about what we're going to do above. I'm going to need more of this smooth basalt and lots of things like that. So first things first, let me get this bloom processed and just go and put some of this away temporarily out of the way, and just so I'm not carrying around too much garbage. Hang on, you are that. Give me real light, and you go, and you can go in. Oh, are you full? Damn it. Alright, doesn't matter, it'll go in there. That'll go in there, and then we'll stick you temporarily in there. You can go in there, and you can go up there. And then there's just a little bit of chestnut left in the old inventory. That's fine, we'll live with that. So yeah, I'm going to get this processed. I'm going to get another bloom going, because I need, what do we need? 24, 16, plus 8. And then 32 charcoal. That's doing its thing. So I'll get those going. I'm going to need 14 iron just for to make a thormium anvil, as well as a whole load of other stuff. So yeah, that's a thing. I've got 6 iron, obviously. I need to process. Well, I'll use some of this iron that I'm processing to make up the new tools, and I'll double check that I need them as well while I'm at it. And I think I'm going to, let's have a look what we got. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I definitely need new tools. But what I think I will do is I'm going to try that thing in another creative world. So I'll be back with you in a mo. Alright, we're in my test world. If you're wondering why it looks very much like my live world, it is because it is a copy of my live world. I periodically will update my live world with a copy. So I will periodically update my test world with a copy of the live world, so we can exploit the known terrain features. So I need, for example, I know I need to go and test this out. I've got, this is pretty much unadulterated, so plus we've got a bit of food on us. One thing you find with TFC is your hunger builds up even when you're in creative, so you do have to be a bit cautious if you're using creative for anything. I've done a fortune, I've done an efficiency 5, fortune 3, and a silk touch. So if I do that, that has no use to me whatsoever, so I really don't want a silk touch. Fortune, hang on, did I? Oh crap, I don't know how many I've got now. Let me just come over here. Alright, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very quick, I'll give it that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't think that will have any effect on that then. Okay, right, myth busted. Okay, I'll see you on in the live world. Alright, I've done that first bloom, and it's getting on a bit. I've made the tools. I didn't bring any sticks with me, which would have been helpful. I've decided I am going to enchant the pick. I could do the leggings, but I think the pick may actually be more valuable to me than the leggings right now. And I can always go and what I'll do is between blooms I'll process some blooms up, and I'll go and do some experience gathering. Let me create a couple more sandwiches to take with me. The bread is getting very low actually. Let me just, there you go. So I should actually take all of that and put that away for now, and we'll have to make some more bread in a bit. Let me go in there with that, a bit of cheese, a bit of hang on, bit of fruit, bit of veg, and we'll keep that on me. In fact, how big was that? We'll keep that on me as well. I don't think I've got any more. I've got plenty of grain in here, so I can make it. It's just I just need to make it, like so many things. Oh, sticks, stick. Hello. Yeah, so even what I don't want more than anything, and I will cry if I get it, is I really don't want silk touch. Efficiency 4 and breaking, excellent. That's precisely, perfectly right on the nose what we wanted. Okay, I need to level up a little bit. Whether I'll get back to 30, I don't know, but what I should probably do actually is come in here, grab some more iron. Let's have a look. 1 to 16 plus 8 and half a stack of charcoal, and we're good. And then I think the other thing I will do this episode, rather than pushing on with the TerraFirmaCraft bit, because I think we need to work a little bit on our TFC infrastructure as well, and I am conscious that I may be concentrating too much on TerraFirmaCraft and not enough on infrastructure stuff. So I may look at I think we should probably think about a charcoal facility, something a little bit more chunky. Let me just stick you in there for a while. You'll do that, and I need to go and what I need to do is take that off my shoulders. A second, hang on. No, I'll take this with me. Drink. It's alright. Me going out, I'm like this in real life. I'm like, have I got everything? Oh no, I've not got that. Oh no, I've not got that. Oh no, no. I am I'm terrible for it. Notorious almost. You know, it's like, oh, and now I've just remembered I've not milked the cow. Let me milk the cow quickly while I'm going. Bang. That's another job done. And I also need to check the calendar. It's March. What's the temperature like? Let me have a look. It is a little bit low. Let's go and do a few days before we push forwards. And that needs to be, needs to go away. That we do not want anywhere near our lovely, lovely orchard. For starters, I'd like to point this out. This tree has just wrecked my lovely, lovely orchard. So yeah, looks nice though. Maybe it's not totally wrecked it actually. If I'm brutally honest, that might grow back. But we definitely don't want one of these growing that close to our home, so we'll go and plant that on the way back there. Yeah, it's constant things. So if it's not one thing, it's another. It's like this game is going out of its way just to make life difficult for me sometimes, I think. But not a problem. It's no problems. There's no such thing as problems. There are only solutions. You can grow there. But yeah, I need to do a little bit of mob grinding now, get myself back up to the point where I've got slightly better than bugger all life, or starting life as it's known. And you can see these chunks haven't thawed yet, so that will be happening shortly too. And yeah, so I'll do a little bit of grinding, be back in a bit. Alright, I've done a little bit of leveling. I've also processed 28. I've now got ingots, so we're getting on there. We've still got a reasonable amount of hematite left, but I am concerned that if I'm not careful, we're going to run out of charcoal sooner rather than later. So I was thinking we would build a charcoal oven, and I was thinking we would build it. Let me just pop all of this out of the way into this section of the hillside here. Why not? Boom. Doesn't matter. We've got quite a few sequoias grown in the area, which is handy, because obviously we can harvest those to provide our fuel for this charcoal oven. And yeah, I think it'll work. And that one there, that should make all of these. Get in there. So my plan for this is fairly simple. We're going to have, it's going to be internally. Let me get this right. So if I wanted, right, Right, I need to come back into this a little bit. Into this section. It's going to be things. So if you Google old charcoal ovens, they tend to be dome structures. And obviously, well, not obviously, but in the real world, they would have been ignited from the front. They would have left a small gap to allow a certain amount of air, but not a lot of airflow. The idea is you want to reduce the atmosphere, so the I need to go one more. Oops. So the wood doesn't burn, it just smoulders and becomes, you know, charcoal. So if I'm going here, then we've got 3, so we're going to go out there. And right, let me get this straight. Then we're going to go here. And this should be, I think, hopefully fairly effective. Hopefully it still works. This is by no means a tested thingy. So yeah, there's always a possibility of non-functioning. Right, what I want to do then is I want to take out a big chunk of this floor, drop it down 1 level. So this is going to be the floor area right down at this level. I'm going to start at this level. We're going to work from the front to the back to the front, filling it up until it's absolutely jam-packed to the rafters with wood stacks. And then we're going to close the door and we're going to do this from the top. That's the idea. However, I don't really want this to be spawnable when it's not in use. So and I'm fairly certain that a jack-o'-lantern is probably not going to be a valid item for forming a charcoal oven. So what we're going to do is we're going to try mixing this up a little bit, and we're going to start off. I'm using this this slate mud brick that I've got so much of. If we F7, we can see that that is not lit. If we pop that down, we are now lit. However, I'm going to need something to plug that hole, and I figure a piece of glass might just do the trick. Which I didn't bring with me because, you know, stupid. Right, a bit of glass. Let's grab one of those. I'm going to take another stack of those while I'm at it, and I don't know what to do with it. I've got so much of this stone now. It's getting silly. We'll just close you. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Now I've got to frig around. Picking all of this crap up and fixing this. Thank you. And bang, there we go. Lovely, and we'll leave that there to despawn. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, so we can whack our little bit of glass in there, and we can go and throw you away over there, and then this. Oops, this. All of this needs to come out in favour of, I suppose, what I should be doing here. Let me just hoover a bit of this ramel up, and we'll, for the time being, I'll just dump it in there. Give me a bit of a chisel, a bit of action going on there, a bit of that going on, and then we can at least use these later on in other areas of the build. So that's all good, and it will actually break this whole pick a little bit faster as well. Now some of this we're probably going to fill back in, because this is obviously not going to be a big cylinder, it's going to be a dome structure, so with a bit of luck it'll well, it'll make sense. Let me just do this excavating and I shall be right back with you. Alright, we're getting there. Structure's almost done. There's a few bits. I've been basically just putting a little bit of chisel work in places just to make it feel a little bit more curvy, I suppose, and egg-shaped would be another way of describing it, perhaps. And then we'll just do, I think, this, and we shall maybe do that. And then maybe just, problem is I've got to be able to get up here. Let's have a look. If I can't get up here, then there's not a lot of... What happens if I take you down to that? That works. I can always stick a ladder on the side if I'm really desperate. And what I thought we'd do is we would stick a trapdoor in the top. That will be our ignition point. And then in theory, we should be able to do it with a door on the inside here like that. Even though that, now you would obviously... Logic dictates that that is going to burn, you know, but everything we know about this game says those should burn, but apparently they don't. I don't know why, but they don't. So we'll grab whatever, what's sequoia, pine. Am I really bothered about pine? I'm not that bothered about most of these woods, you know. But we can basically come in and fill in this part, and then we'll fill in another forward section. It is going to take a lot longer to fill this up. That kind of goes without saying, but, you know, it's not going to take that long to fill it. What we got there? Ash, ash, oak. Ash, we'll keep. Ash, we want. Chestnut, we want. Chestnut, we want. Chestnut. I'm not bothered about pine. I've got to be brutally candid about this. Pine does not feature heavily on my list of woods. I've never been a big fan of pine. It's one of those wood types that I can take it or leave it, you know what I mean? Let's go and have a look and just check over at these piles, and then we'll go and chop some trees down, I suppose. I want to... Hickory. I'll take those 8 pine out of there, and that. Take you, and then we shall place you going back there with the rest of that. Spruce, spruce, spruce. Why is that such a peculiar number? I do not know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Better drink, better eat, better sleep. And yeah, I've deliberately dug that in and kind of, how do I put it? Let me sleep if I can. I better check the date actually. I may need to get some plants sown and seeded as well. Oh well, got more things. So what we got going on in here? We've got that, and if I jump those in, then that's a now full stack. So we can continue to fill this up. I better, like I say, check the calendar and the temperature. The temperature currently is 4.6. April's probably a good time to think about putting some crops in, you know. So maybe I should do that first and grab some food, and then I'll start chopping trees down. Oh, I haven't got food laid out, have I? Duh. Okay, so I need you for starters. Better sort my food situation out before I do anything else. And the other thing I need to do, because I keep on faffing around with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is it? Yeah. Let's have a kitchen bucket. I know it sounds stupid, but let's have a bucket for the kitchen. Alright, quern, corn, bucket of water, and we've got 160 grams of cornmeal, which will make some dough and a bit more dough. Is it dough? Sorry, that's a terrible joke. Pop you in, light it, and off we go. And we'll stick a log on. Right, so I just need to make some food, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, seeds are in. I've chopped down one tree. Night is coming in fast. I brought a scythe with me, because if we come across a great wood tree, I might chop that down and all. Because they're also quite large, but the difference with a great wood over a sequoia is you get seeds from saplings from great woods. You don't from sequoia. And it was pointed out in the comments that I should have taken the scythe with me when I went after the hoofer, you know, the silver wood. That's the word I'm looking for. But of course, you know, I didn't. So yeah, no point crying over things I should have done. What I should also do as soon as possible is try and get an enchanted axe, I should say, not pick, because that would be beneficial too. Let me go back. I haven't got. Yeah, we have enough inventory to carry the entire another tree, so we'll have to make multiple trips. There was one thing I was actually doing last time. I'm so easily distracted, and these TFC is a game where distraction is, generally speaking, not a good thing. Probably because, you know, you've got to keep your eye on the ball, you've got to keep your eye on the seasons, you know, your hydration, and all those other good things that we take for granted in vanilla Minecraft that you don't have to. And consequently, I think it's very easy to forget you're playing, you know, to forget just how awkward this can be. That does, well, that one does have to be full actually, doesn't it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me just do that and fill these up. And then we can get on with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and do the same again across here. But as I say, this is going to take a certain amount of time to fill up. There's no real avoiding it. You know, we've got to fill this entire thing from top to bottom with wood, and the only way to do that is chopping down sequoias. So or at least the only way to do that on this island is chopping down sequoias. If we can get some great wood saplings going, then we could grow those, and they would also be acceptable. But we need to go and visit this one and have it down. So the sooner we chop them down, the sooner they're done, the sooner that's going, and the sooner we can test it and see if it works. So what I was thinking, actually, you just there. This is the one. Is it the bag? Which one was the lumberjack's bag? Builders. It's Paul Bunyan, isn't it? The Paul Bunyan pouch. This was what I was aiming to do, and this one, we could actually make those as well, you know, once we've got the burlap, and those would allow me to carry more wood. Let's go and do that, because I keep putting this off, and I hopefully got at least enough to make the pouch, the low level one, if not the tier 2 one. Yeah. And what I really should be doing is making all of those, so when we go out exploring, we've got lots and lots of options available to us. You know, that we're not somewhat stuck. Hello, we're not stuck carrying barrels on our back and clay pots in our inventory. Nothing wrong with clay pots and that, but so we've got 3 of those. I did process. Oh dear, don't tell me how. I put jute fibre. I think I put too much in. Damn it! That's going to take 8 hours. I'll just go and chop down a tree while we wait for that then, and I'll just put this away. And jute fibre 5. Yeah, there's not enough there. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, just while I'm waiting for that jute, I decided it might be a good idea to come out, and we don't have to travel far. It's only the next island over before we start seeing Thorncraft generation, so you know, we can leave that running. We can sleep the night off if things. Now obviously we need to double check that we're not walking into a spider spawner, which is always a good idea, but come on, let me sleep. Yeah, it's I just think it would make a lot of sense to get a plantation of these things on my on the home island, so when the sequoias are run out, we've still got plenty of big trees that we can chop down. That's the word I'm looking for. Chop down. I'm not entirely sure how they work with regards the spawner ones. I think the spawner ones have almost got to be just natural on terrain gen. I can't see. Hang on, before we start doing that, I did bring the scythe for a reason, didn't you? Yes, you did. And we'll get a whole load of sticks while we're at it. Sticks are always useful. You can underestimate the value of a good stick. Now these are not rare, unlike sequoia, which whilst they are not rare, they are, I mean, we've got 4 saplings already. Look. Come on. Alright, we'll have this one down and we'll what we did miss there was the usual thump of a mob coming. Now these, let me just check. These do stack, don't they? Yes, they do. Okay, that's fine then. What have we got on us that we don't need? Nothing. This is half the problem we have. Alright, well what we'll do is waste not, want not. We'll pop one of those down. We'll get that. We'll take another 4. That will give us a full stack. We can go and plant those 6. I could wander over to another one if I can see one that nearby that is not a spider spawner. That one looks okay. That one, on the other hand, is not okay. Oops. Oh well, try and grab a bunch more anyway, and we'll see what we get. There's definitely, I'm not even going to chance it. There's definitely some ores and stuff around here we need to catalogue, but I'm not in the mood for cataloguing today. I noticed my map was missing, and I don't know why, but it had got confused with the demo one, so the test world one. So fix that. Thankfully, I take regular backups, so we should be good there. And let's head back. I will plant some of those over on the there's a plains bit, just the bit over between us and the old iron mine. The old iron mine. We'll plant those Thorncraft trees, and and then we can repeat this process on our own surface, on our own island, rather than having to trek out every time I want to do that. Back in a mo. Alright, we've got those planted. We're back at the place, and we're going to weave our last missing piece of burlap. We're going to grab a chest and 4 saplings, I think it was, and we're going to make ourselves a Paul Bunyan bag. It has to be said, I'd not really heard of Paul Bunyan before, and I think I asked this question on a previous occasion and had to be told who Paul Bunyan was. So I'm not going to ask who Paul Bunyan was, because I do know now. I've been told, I've been educated. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, maybe. I think 4 chestnut will be more than fine, and 1 of those, and we shall. I'm going to go with that layout. But it's obviously not. Does it have to be different? Or do you have to be a vanilla chest? A chest with rubber? No, surely not. I mean, all right. Let's put this to the test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How to make a vanilla chest in TFC? No. Actually, that's not going to play. Jeez. Way to bust my balls. Okay, so a vanilla chest. Let me have a look. Paul Bunyan bag vanilla chest requires rubber, which is vulcanizing agents, which is made from kaolinite, graphite, gypsum or chalk, and sulfur. To make 4 of those. Gee, this is making me jump through hoops, isn't it? 1 of those makes 6 of those. Oh, it's not too bad then. Let me have a look. I don't know where half of this stuff will be. This is the fun bit. Have I got any? Oh crap. Oh crap. Crappity crap. I don't think I have got any sulfur. I've got kaolinite, I've got graphite, and I can get that. Sulfur, we could do it in a sag mill, but I don't have a sag mill. We could stick it in a crusher. Well, that's only a 50% chance. Crap, I need sulfur. And the nearest sulfur, as far as I can recall, is miles away. Looking for lava. Looking for lava. I mean, there's nothing. It's right down here. Or is it any closer? If I were lava, where would I be? God damn it. You know, I went past it only a couple of episodes ago. Alright. I think we're going to be... Right, I'm going to sleep. That's my first mission. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to equip. I'm going to go out. I'm not going to do it this episode. I am actually going to go and get that sulfur this episode. Because that is somewhat ludicrous. Well, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go out. I'll be back in a bit. I wasn't actually going to record on this trip. I was intending to get in and out. That's horrible. But yeah, I figured this was worth breaking radio silence for. Not sure how big it is, and I've got no idea. Hang on, I've been collecting, so I'm running a bit low on inventory space, but I have been, as I found these things, collecting various little bits of shards. Now, what I'm trying to do is see if there's such a thing in here as a taint swarm. Not seeing anything that looks like a hive. But yeah, well, they're damn sight more common than enchanted forests anyway, by the looks of it. If I do see any hives, I will try and scan a taint swarm. I don't really want to get... Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. J, new surface shards. They're a bit far away, but we'll mark them. Anyway, I'm going to continue onwards, and if anything crops up, then I should really be a bit cautious about where I'm walking as well. Then I will be right back with you. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a taint biome. And we'll continue on. I will see you once we get to where I want to be. And we're here. Right, so now we're here. My mission is simple. I need to collect a whole bunch of this. I also need to get rid of Mortis, Ordo, Tenebrae, Examinus Terra. Let's go and get rid of Mortis. And I'll be able to, while I'm in the area, eat a few sandwiches and maybe make a... Oh, hello, there's a... Oh, bum. But while we're down here, I'm going to grab a whole load of this, because what I don't want to do is get stuck like this again. So if I have to throw sticks, I've got these because I thought they might make reasonable decorations. I could also throw that if I suppose. I mean, it's only got 91 durability left. I suppose I should. Use it to collect this stuff. And this doesn't make me nervous in the least. Much. Yeah. Sticks we can get any time. This stuff we can actually... I've got 4s and 3s. Let me get rid of the Tenebrae as well. Oh, bum. That's probably not the best thing to do. But I would like, as I say, a stack or 4 of this before I head back. Yep. I'll get this and I shall be right back with you. Oh, obsidian. Okay, I've got everything I came for. I have noticed that there is a taint swarm there. I've got no idea how deadly this is. I'm reasonably geared up. Wow, that's... Ow. That is not something I want to mess around with. But we did a bit of research, so that's always a bonus. So what we need to do now, I'm going to skirt around just to see the extent of this this taint biome. It looks pretty pretty bad, and it looks like it is spreading, so I'm guessing that taint spread is on. Which is probably worth noting for ourselves when we come to doing anything which is likely to taint the biome we're living in. We wouldn't really want that to be a thing if we can avoid it, I am guessing. Yeah, so I'm just going to poddle around. I'm going to head back. On the way, if I pass any, I will grab some kaolinite. I'm fairly certain I've got it, but you know what it's like. If I haven't got it and I get all the way back, then I will be more than a little bit annoyed. I've got in the region of about six stacks of yeah, in fact I'm not in the region of exactly 6 stacks of the taint swarmer, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Time to head back, make some vulcanizing agents so we can make a vanilla chest rather than a TFC chest, so we can make a backpack for wood. I know it sounds silly when you phrase it like that. It sounds silly, but that's what we're doing. I should. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Just this more surf. Oh yeah. Oh, and zombies. Okay, let's go and get a few hit points while we're here then. Do do do. Hello. Die. Hello, sir. Die. Oh, no, I want to play with you. You are swordproof, right? Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. All right, we're back. I've just completed the zombie quest. Kill 50 zombies. Yeah. Hang on, let's get the right one. Quests. It is, oh come on, not the artist, killing fields. We could have a kaolinite, thank you. Wow. Skeletons, we've got a bit to go. Blazers, we've got only 4 to go actually on those, that's not too bad. But oops, let me put myself back onto a daytime map. I inadvertently caught that one, and I'm just having a little wander up. Hello. I shall be, you shall be my victim for the day. Thank you. It's almost like they're just queuing up. Anyway, we have pretty much, I think, everything we need. If we haven't, I am going to scream. I will mute the microphone first, because, you know, having your having your eardrums broken by a grown-ass man screaming often offends, in my experience. But we're back. We're going to have a bash at this damn bloody thing, Paul Bunyan bag, and yeah, we're going to make this stuff. We are going to make this stuff. And for now, I'm just going to make like one batch of it. I'm not even going to go mad. I don't see the point in going mad with it. It's this is literally just what we have to do to make a vanilla chest, apparently. So, what do we need? How's it going? We need to make this stuff, rubber mix. Rubber mix we make with vulcanizing agent. Vulcanizing agent is kaolinite, graphite, gypsum or chalk, and sulfur. Right, so we got kaolinite. Let me, I think I've got more over here as well. Let me go and put that away. I need a piece of you, the sulfur and chalk. Chalk? Chalk powder. I've got a horrible feeling I haven't got gypsum now. Oh man. I'm not going to scream. I promise I won't scream. I promise. Smooth, smooth. Because chalk stone gives, if I've got any, I thought I had some. Ice. That's flux, not chalk. Oh, boom. Oh, thank you. Well done. Surely you've not given me that again. Oh no, it's reset. It's a repeatable quest. Okay, I've got a horrible, horrible feeling we need gypsum now. And it's a real sinking feeling. Let's have a look. How do you get chalk? Chalk rock. Have I not got any chalk rock? I could have sworn I had. Rock salt, quartzite, gabbro, chalk rock. Oh, I am a very happy bunny now. We're going to do this now. I'm not even going to sleep. I'm going to stay up late. We're going to let the mobs spawn. It doesn't matter. They can come do they do their worst. I really don't care. Because we're going to go into here and we're going to grab a couple of those. We're going to grab. In fact, we'll do 4 of those, and then we're going to pop you in, and we're going to do you. We are going to sleep actually, but just not yet. And then we'll pop the graphite in, and we're going to do you. La la la. And then we're going to take sulfur, chalk, kaolinite and graphite and make a whole bunch of that. That we use when we place in latex. How the hell do you make latex? Oh crap. All I want is a bloody chest. That's all I want is a chest. If anybody's got an idea of how you make latex, how do you make latex? What is latex? I mean, the latex has got it's got to be from this Sturgeon's TFC add-on. Back in a moment. All right, I think I know how we do it. We are not doing it this episode, however, because it takes time. I believe we need to use this, which is a bowl mount. This, which is a groove. We need a wrought iron strip for that, which we use from a wrought iron sheet. Here. I don't think we need a winch. I don't think we need a leather belt, and I don't think we need tongs, but I may be wrong. There's all sorts of stuff going on in this particular mod. But basically and then we also need to make a clay latex bowl, which yeah, it's not immediately apparent how this all works. There is a website for it. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't have a great deal of. It doesn't have as much information as I would like, but that's just me because I'm greedy. But in the meantime, I'll put these away. I had to make these while I was out there anyway. And we needed things. Interestingly, I got obsidian. I'm not going to use it for the obvious thing, because I think that would be, well, you know what, I could show you what happens when you use it, but what you end up with is you end up on the net roof of the nether if you actually manage to make it to the nether. So it's one of those things that may work, who knows, but I really won't put any money on it by any stretch. So yeah, I think next episode we're going to push on. We're going to try and get that rubber, for which we're going to need to use some of the precious iron, and then once we've got the thing, we can get all the logs necessary to, in theory, fill this thing up. We're not doing, I mean, look, we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad at all. Once this is filled up, we can light it and see if it works. And that's my plan for next episode. Bit of rubber, a bit of latexing stuff, and we'll get that bag done, and hopefully we'll be there. But until next time, thanks for watching, and bye for now.